You may be wondering, Helloween, surely you've run out of things to whine about by now, but luckily not. I'm a very angry man. I seem to have lots of things to be angry about. Today's quite a short one, but an important one nonetheless. I'm going to be titling it Region Locking You and Why It's Bullshit. So, for those of you who don't know what region locking is, a region locked product is something where if you buy it in one region, such as, for example, Japan, and wish to play it in another region, such as America, it does not work, because there's a lock in place to stop you doing that. And retailers and publishers, well I say retailers, publishers generally stop you doing this because they do not want you to import the game for cheap and play it or sell it on for cheap and make some profit, or basically just avoid paying certain taxes or things and help them, what they say anyways, to help them assess how much they sell in each area, so therefore they know how many units to allocate in the future and things like that. Point being, it screws over the consumer massively, especially if you're from the poor land of Europe and Australia and New Zealand. Basically because what tends to happen, while region locking is fantastic for the publishers, it's not good for the consumers, mainly because a game that comes out in, say, America, and is called Ass. Let's say this game is Ass. Now, Ass comes out in America and it's been given great reviews by the reviewers, and they're all like, this is the best game ever, I have not been paid to endorse this at all. And you're like, oh wow, I wish to get Ass. Now, unfortunately, Ass is only available in America, and there are no plans from Nintendo of Europe to release Ass in your country. Now, normally you would just import it and it wouldn't be a problem, and you'd say, aha, luckily my Game Boy is region free, which is something that is not region locked. Therefore, I can play. Not a problem. Until you come to the 3DS. That is region locked. Oh, I can't play on my 3DS anymore. Never mind, I'll play on my Xbox. That is region locked. I'll play on my Super Nintendo. Region locked. Mega Drive. Region locked. You get the idea. Everything basically barring the portable machines are region locked. Except for the 3DS, yeah, because screw Nintendo, seriously. Yeah, let's make a portable machine you can take anywhere in the world, but region lock it. That's a good plan. Well done, Nintendo. Bellends. Anyway, so mainly the main reason this is cause of angst really is many games were lost because we could not play them because of the region locking. Basically, you had to back in the day. Importing was very expensive. Getting an American machine. And back in the day, I'm talking about the 90s, by the way, like early 90s. Getting a machine imported and having an American-style machine and importing American games was very pricey, and you had to be very dedicated to do so. And unfortunately, me and my old dad did not have the dosh to do that. So we missed out on many, many games. Like, my dad loved RPGs, right? He loved Zelda, Secret of Mana, and he was looking forward to a game called Chrono Trigger, which, of course, never released in Europe, so we couldn't play it. But that's okay, because he was looking forward to Final Fantasy II, which never released in Europe. But that's not a problem, because its sequel was on its, yeah, no. But don't worry, Super Mario RPG looks really good. Oh, yeah. Bugger. Now, you can see the problem, really. Like, all it does is screw up consumers. And now, my dad loves games. I harp on about my dad all the time, but he does. He really does love games. And he's bought Game Boys for years and PSPs for years. He loves them. He thinks it's great. When he goes to the States and stuff, he buys the games. He looks at the 3DS and he just says to me, he goes, Ben, he says, why is this piece of shit region locked? I'm like, dunno, Dad. That doesn't make any sense. He's like, why would Nintendo go for the effort to screw me up as a consumer? I don't understand. He goes, I'd like to go on my holiday to the States. I would like to pick up the new Mario game early because it doesn't get released here at the same time. Or I'd like to pick up the new Harvest Moon game early. I'm like, I know, Dad. And he's like, but I can't because Nintendo are dicks. I'm like, I know, Dad. And he's like, I will not support Nintendo anymore. I said, that's probably the best thing to do, Dad. Vote with your wallet, isn't it, I suppose. Anyway, as I said, this was a rather short one, but just why region locking is a real pain in the ass. A modern example, I suppose, rather than using the 3DS, would be the world's first region-locked PS3 game. It was on the Xbox as well, called Persona 4 Arena. It came out in America about 7 months ago. There is still no release date over here. Good stuff. Well done, Arxes. Well done, Atlas. That was a very smart move of you. Oh, and Europeans, I hope you didn't want to play Rune Factory 4 or Harvest Moon, the new Harvest Moon anytime soon, because that's not got any ETA on a release date. Or the new Shin Megami Tensei game, because no one's going to bother bringing that over here. But I hear you Americans cry. You had all the RPGs for the Wii. We had Project Rainfall to try and get them over here. Yeah, I've heard Project Rainfall passed around a lot. Now, you have to excuse me if I do not feel sympathetic for 3 games that you did not get recently, which you eventually got anyway, I might add. We've had about 20 to almost 30 years of crap not coming over here, especially the really good games, like Chrono Trigger. Just simply not being released and Nintendo not giving a damn. Yet you managed to get it all published, so good for you. It kind of sucks when the companies do not want to release stuff in your region. For the simple fact that you're not as important as America. It's very dull. Now, it's not your guys' fault at all. No, it's just the companies just being asshats. Irritating. That's it. Rant over. Just region locking sucks. Don't support region locking. Don't buy games with region locking. Do us a favour. You guys Americans, if you can, if you see any games being region locked and stuff, boo 'em. Boo 'em. Just do it for us. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to cry at the inevitable Tales of Xillia release date in America being much, much sooner than the European one. Although I can import that because the PS3 is region free. Ta-da! Well done, Sony. Hooray! My next rant is going to be about DRM again, but basically DRM and what it does to your computer and things you should know. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little rant. Enjoy Dead Space. Coming tonight. Soon-ish. Thank you. Bye-bye.